Hello everyone, welcome to this video. Here I will be covering mainly what is Git and GitHub, what is the difference between it, and how we can use it in our real life. So, especially if you are a developer or you are working as a data scientist or a web developer, but you are interacting with codes on a regular basis, then this Git and GitHub are quite important for you. Now let's understand why this Git and GitHub is important for especially a developer. So if you look at the like 10 year or 12 20 years back, how the code development used to happen. So let's say there is one code base and 10 developers are working on it. Now they don't have a system like Git or GitHub at that time. So what you like if there are multiple people and they are working on different features, then it's very difficult to understand who is working on what feature. If one has to start from the place where the previous person has left, so he has to copy his complete folder and then he has to uh, make changes in that folder and he has to rename that folder and share it with someone else. So at the same time, it's really very hard to collaborate. But even if they are working in a sequential manner, they have to keep track of the naming convention and everything, because one single like delete of a particular folder can lead to multiple weeks of effort to vanish, right? So it's very important to keep tracking like who is contributing on which piece of the code, in which folder, or in which file, and when that change has happened. So when like there are multiple changes happening in the same file or in the same folder, especially the code thing, then if it has to be merged together, so at that time like there was a special role who like who used to merge these codes. But right now I think we are doing it simply because of easily because of this Git and GitHub. And earlier there was no accountability also, but now because of this Git and GitHub, we can easily track which person has made changes at what time and in which file. So there are a lot of benefits. So think of it like Git has just solved these issues by tracking everything, who is making change, what change they are making, and when they have made the change, all those things, using some kind of versions. And then GitHub is helping in collaborating or sharing that change with everyone else so that everyone can understand and review that change. So yeah, with that, let's go to the actual understanding of Git and GitHub and where they differs actually. So they are used to most of the time in parallel because they are interrelated. We can't like just use Git and don't use GitHub, but most of the time they are used together, but they are different. So if you understand about Git, it is a kind of application that is installed on your local system, be it a Windows machine or a Linux machine, and it helps you in maintaining a track of the code changes that you are doing in your project folder. It is not connected to internet for sure, and it can also help in going back or coming back to the place from where you started coding actually, or you can revert back to any particular instant based on the like saves that you are doing. So basically it's like a kind of a Excel file or a Word file that you keep saving on your local system so that you can revert back to the previous version, right? And it's very private to your computer. It's not accessible to any different person. But because of these limitations of Git, I think that's where GitHub come into picture. So GitHub makes your code available to everyone. All the changes that you are making, all the commits you are making, and then it helps in the collaboration. So now since others can see your code, you can also see their code, right? And that way people can interact and check each other code, and they can review it and suggest changes like that. Also it helps in saving your code on cloud, so that way it becomes easily accessible for everyone. You don't have to uh, zip it and share it to the other person. So it's like your Google Drive where you store your file, and just share the link of that drive and everyone else can track it and also contribute to it. So that's a basic understanding of Git and GitHub. Hope it is clear.